angles of a polygon. Let's derive a general formula to find the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Now let's take a triangle first. We all know that the sum of all the three angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, and that is, say, 1 into 180. How did this number 1 come? The 1 comes from the number of sides minus 2. 3, triangle has 3 sides, so 3 minus 2 is 1. So 1 into 180 will be the sum of the angles in a triangle. Now let's see quadrilateral. Quadrilateral, the sum of all the angles is 360 degrees. That is 2 times of 180 degrees. Now how did we get that number 2 there? Quadrilateral has 4 sides. So 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 into 180 is 360, which gives us the sum of all the angles in a quadrilateral. The next shape is a pentagon. Sum of all the angles in a pentagon is equal to 540 degrees. That is almost 3 times 180 degrees. Now how did we get the number 3? Is the number of sides minus 2, which is 5 minus 2, that is 3. 3 into 180 degrees, the sum of all the interior angles of a pentagon. Now let's look at this hexagon. You can understand it even more clearly. Sum of all the angles in a hexagon is 720 degrees. Now 720 degrees is 4 times 180 degrees. And how did we get 4? There are 6 sides in a hexagon. So 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 times 180 degrees is equal to the sum of all the interior angles in a hexagon. Now this 4 also represents something in this formula. That is, 4 will be equal to the number of triangles which can be formed in that polygon. Even in a hexagon, even in pentagon, even in a quadrilateral, it's the same. So let's look at the hexagon. Since we got 6 minus 2 equals 4, there can be 4 triangles made in this hexagon. So you can understand it in this way also. 4 triangles can be made. Each triangle sum is 180 degrees. So 4 into 180 degrees will give you 720 degrees. And how did we get the number 4 again? The number of sides minus 2. And you continue this further polygons also, you will get the same thing. So we can generalize and say that the sum of the interior angles of a polygon will be n minus 2 into 180, where n is the number of sides. Number of sides minus 2 into 180 degrees will give you the sum of the interior angles. Now also, if you want to find out one angle, like we have different angles here, if you want to find out, just say the value of this one angle here in any polygon, you can do is the sum of the interior angles divided by the number of sides it has. So this hexagon, it is 720 degrees divided by the number of sides is 6. So you will get 120 degrees. That will be the value of one angle in this polygon. So this way we have a generalized formula for you all to find the sum of the interior angles in a polygon, which is n minus 2 into 180, where n is the number of sides. And if you want to find out the value of one angle in a polygon, then it is the sum of the interior angles divided by the number of sides.